So this is a quick video on one-step equations. So when it comes to the solving equation section of the test, you will see that level 2 is just one-step equations where you have to just do one step to solve it, and they're pretty easy. There's one or two situations that might cause a little bit of confusion, but we're going to have to relook at those in this. So what the question says is to solve the equations by reversing the operations on the variable. So basically you want to find what value of x makes these sentences true. Now we use x in general, but we might use b or m or n sometimes as well. So let's have a look. So what you want to do, you want to reverse the operation on the variable. So this one here you have x minus 7. You want to keep the x as it is, but you want to remove that minus 7. So the way to do it is to do plus 7. Okay? Now with an equation, if you do plus 7 on one side of the equal to sign, you must do it on the other, because it maintains balance. Okay, so what do we get? The minus 7 and the plus 7 cancel out, so that means on the left hand side of the equal to, we have the x. Minus 4 plus 7 is 3. Now if we come over here, we can check that. And the way that we check it, well, instead of x, I'm going to put 3 in. So it becomes 3 minus 7 equals minus 4. Correct. Next one. We'll do, so we have 3x minus 9. Now in this case, when you see the number and the letter, or the variable, are right beside each other like that, with no sign between them, that means multiplication. So that 3 means 3 times x. And to reverse multiplication by 3, you divide by 3. Okay? You have to do it on both sides because it's an equation. So multiplication by 3 and division by 3 cancel each other out. We're left with x on the left side. Minus 9 by 3. Well, it's the same rule as with multiplication. If you divide a negative by a positive, you get a negative. So the answer is minus 3. So I'm going to check it over here. 3 multiplied by minus 3 equals minus 9. Correct. So as you can see, this is pretty easy. Here we have a case where you have x divided by 7 equals 5. So this 7 here represents division by 7. So to reverse division by 7, you do multiplication by 7, but on both sides. Okay, you can't just do it on one side, you have to do it on both. So 7 and the 7 cancel each other out, we're left with x equals 35. Okay, to reverse the division by 7, multiply by 7. So now we check. X is 35, so if I replace 35 for x, 35 over 7 equals 5. Correct. Next one. Now here's one where people might get confused. People see that minus 6 and think the way to reverse that is by doing plus 6. It's not. That minus 6, if you look closely, there's no sign between the 6 and the x, which means it's a multiplication. So we're multiplying by minus 6. The way to reverse that is dividing by minus 6. Now a lot of people are dividing by positive 6 because they think the minus 6 you have to reverse it to a positive. No, you're reversing multiplication by minus 6. The opposite of multiplying by minus 6 is dividing by minus 6. Okay? So you'll see that the minus 6's cancel each other out. We're left with x equals 15 divided by minus 6. And that is equal to minus 2.5. Okay? And as before, you can check to make sure that that's right. Have I got any more? No, that's it. So these are the examples we looked at. And it's pretty straightforward. I'm going to put one more in though, just to be safe, right? Just one more situation that might come up. We'll call this number 5. So what if you have minus x over 3 equals 3? Well, the way I look at it, when you see a minus in the front like that, so it's division by 3, well, I would multiply by minus 3, okay? Because that will cancel out that, okay? And remember to do it to the other side. And it works out that x equals minus 9. Okay? So if you check that out, you will see minus 9 divided by 3, which is plus 9 divided by 3 equals 3. And that's it. Job done. It's pretty straightforward, I think.